I'm Carter Whobrey. I'm fourth grade. Wait, what? What do I need to do now?
Welcome them to our school.
Welcome to Houstonville Elementary School. Thanks for coming. Tell us your name and what career you do.
My name's John King, and I'm the owner-operator of King's Dirt Work.
I'm Lena King, and I am the, I guess you'd say, secretary. I take care of all the paperwork and business end. He does the hard work, and I do the,
She does the easy work.
yeah.
What's your favorite part of being in the dirt work business?
There's a bunch of them. My favorite thing is getting to work outside, and I love being outside and just getting to operate equipment. And I've always wanted to do it since I was a kid, and I'm my own boss, so that's a big plus too.
Okay, what kind of training would you need in order to be in dirt work?
Well, you can actually go to trade school for it, for running heavy equipment, and but just big part of it is showing up on time, and that's a big part of it, and paying attention and following directions is the biggest things to do with it, and listening skills. Part of following directions, I guess, but just doing what people ask you to do. That's the biggest part of it.
If a student in our school wanted to own their own business, what characteristics should they work on now?
Showing up on time, like I said, and following directions, and you could just, it's a lot of hands-on work, so anything you can do that's hands-on, just to make yourself coordinated, because that's a big part of operating equipment, is to be hand-eye coordinated, and following directions and showing up on time. You can't get jobs if you're known for not showing up, so showing up's a big part of it.
Be friendly. If you want to do something to own your own business, you just got to keep pushing for it. You can't give up on it.
Determination.
Determination takes a lot. And there's going to be good days and bad days when you own your own business, and you just got to kind of take the good ones and the bad ones and make the best out of all of them.
Yeah, it's a struggle sometimes.
So I have a question of my own. Who's wanted to start the business?
Me. I've like I said, I've wanted to work for myself. I grew up around log and heavy equipment and stuff like that, and I've always wanted to do it for myself. And when I got out of school, I went and got a job working for someone else doing the same thing, and I just developed, skill set and learned how things work, and then I got a chance to go out on my own, so I went out on my own, and you got to start at the bottom and work your way to the top.
So what do you do, like, when you go get dirt?
Well, we do different things. We do dozing work, and we level off pads for people to build garages. We dig footers for houses and put in septic systems, and it's just a long line. Once you start a house, you gotta have the footers dug, and you start out with a real nice, pretty piece of clean ground with grass on it, and then you make a mess out of it, and by the time the house gets done, then you come back and scatter the topsoil and stuff out and level it up, grade the work, and when you leave, it's almost as pretty as it was when you got there without the grass, and it's fun to. I enjoy if I come to your house to do some work for you to dig a pond, you kind of tell me what you want, and I put that image kind of in my head, and I kind of visualize what you're wanting, kind of like you do. You know, when you see something that you want, you kind of can see it, and you got to be able to do a little bit of that. You got to see the finished product when you start to know about how to go and do it. You know. But,
Was you asking where, like, if he had dirt, where he took it to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you can sell topsoil, good dirt, you can sell it sometimes. People want it extra to put in their yards or to fill in holes in their yards. And then sometimes they just, depending on who it is, they'll have them push it over into the hall or something if it's not,
field dirt.
if it, use it for field dirt, filling holes or.
But most of the time when we do a job, most of the time we don't ever take no dirt out. We always just move it from the high spots to the low spots, and majority of the jobs we actually end up having to haul topsoil in because just old field dirt, you know, red clay and blue clay and stuff like that, it won't grow grass. So you gotta have good topsoil to grow grass, and just a thin layer we'll scatter out the field dirt, you know, dress it, rough it in, and then we'll haul in topsoil and dress it up, and that way you got your pretty grass to play in.
So, what do you do that's not dirt related?
Nothing really, but now everything I do has something to do with dirt, but now through the winter it gets pretty sloppy and nasty, and it's hard to work with mud. So through the winter we end up cutting some trees for people and logging a little bit, and just anything we can do to make $1 through the winter about it. And but mostly, even doing that, you build roads and stuff like that. So about everything I do besides mechanic work involves dirt or mud. So, but now there is the mechanic side of it. There's running your own equipment. You gotta upkeep it. You gotta change the oil in it and service it, and just like your mom and dad do their car, you know. So it lasts. But,
So who tells who tells who what to do?
I tell him what to do.
well, she tells me when to go. What if you call us to do work? We'll come look, or I'll come look, and most of the time when we get there, I discuss what they're gonna do. You know, they'll tell me what they want, and I'll tell them if I can do it or if I can't. You know, if it's some jobs are too big, and but then I'll talk to her and say, well, yeah, they want me to do it. Well, I got to see her to see when our next available time to do it is, and she schedules it. And
Typically, most of the time, people call me and tell me get a hold of me, and they'll tell me that they have whatever they need done. And then I'll let him know, and then we go together a lot of the time, and we'll look at the job, and we'll look at our calendar and see when we can get to them, and we'll schedule them. And then a lot of the times where he works so much, he don't know half the time where he's going when he wakes up in the morning.
if it wasn't for her, I'd go to the wrong place a lot.
I have to remind him. One time I sent him the wrong address to go to a job.
I drove to the wrong side of the county to do a job. I had to turn around and come all the way back to the other side of the county. It's hard to get. I myself, if it was just me, I would mess up a whole lot more if it wasn't for her, because she keeps me on the right path to where to go and who's next. You know, I forget a lot, and that's another thing. If you're gonna do this, work on your memory, because you'll need one, or keep a good notes. But it's got its ups and downs working for yourself. But I love being my own boss. I follow my directions better than I do anybody else's. So, but.
So there are a lot of houses being built around my house, like on Elmwood. Did y'all help on any of this?
Not there, I don't think. Elmwood,
Ash Road,
Ash Road. No, we
Hickory Circle.
No.
Okay, that's all I know about the road.
No, we didn't do none of them. We do a lot of work in Waynesburg and over towards Stanford, Science Hill area, and around Houstonville here. And but now we go anywhere, you know. I mean, we've been to Richmond, to Lancaster, to Mount Vernon, just.
But never out of state.
We've looked at some jobs out of state, but it's just by the time you haul your equipment there and stuff, there's no money to be made, and it's hard to make money when a lot of people don't figure it. You know, you don't get paid for moving your equipment or nothing like that. You know, you just get paid for what time you're running your equipment. But there's a lot of work goes into servicing your equipment, and the cost of tires and moving it.
And when you go outside of the state, you have to up your insurance too.
Yeah.
You have to have insurance. And once you travel outside of the state of Kentucky, your insurance prices go up. So that's a big factor. In
We like working local around here, and there's plenty of work around here too. If there were 6 more people doing it, then you still couldn't get all the work done. It's there's plenty of work out there. It's like you just got to be determined and willing to work, and you'll succeed.
So, did you all build like your own office?
Yeah, we have a shop that we work out of, and it's got an office off of it, and
Do you like name it or anything?
no, not really. It's just King's Dirt Works are what our stickers and stuff are, and the advertisement.
Where is it? Like,
Casey Lincoln Line. It's Lincoln County address. Houstonville address, sorry.
Do you know where 906 is?
no.
No. If you go to the gas station across the street, if you keep going down that road past the gas station, there's road 906 right off of it, and we live down off that
Oh
road.
yeah, I think I've been down there before.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 5-6 miles.
Yeah, it's not real far from here.
We live about 10-15 minutes from Houstonville here, so not real far.
But as far as that being organized, it's not at all.
No.
I don't organize any of that outside in the garage stuff. There's no way I could. I tried to one time and I lost a special part that he needed, so.
Yeah, my organization skills need to work, especially when it comes to school. I think if you lay it down there, that's where it ought to stay, and that's where I know to go back and get it. But we have a good time. If I can keep her straight.
Do you keep him straight, I'm guessing?
I try. We've got 3 kids too, 3 boys. We have a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So my job is a lot harder than just keeping him straight.
She says her job's hard.
And do any of the kids help you?
Yeah, they help sometimes on the weekends and stuff, and they enjoy it. But now they want to run the equipment, but I always make them run the shovel. And my 10-year-old, he don't mind it too awful bad. But now they're just like anybody else. When you get done at the end of the day, they got their hand out wanting their money, and they
Paying in food, that's what I want. I like.
yeah.
Food.
Well, they want that too, but and my 6-year-old Parker, he goes to school here, and he thinks that he ought to get to be the boss. He ought to get to sit on the bucket and tell everybody else what to do, and still make as much as everybody else. So
Got some work to.
we've got some work to do with him. I tell her all the time, when he gets a job, he's either going to be the boss or he's going to be unemployed because he don't do good following directions. But anybody can do it and succeed. You just got to set your mind to it. Not just doing